Welcome to SS2 Technical Drawing, Term 3, Week 1. Last term we studied floor plans, the horizontal view of a building. Today we add two more essential building drawings, elevations and sections. Together, the floor plan, elevations, and sections form the complete set of orthographic drawings for a building. No building can be constructed without all three. Elevations show the outside appearance of the building. Sections show the internal construction. Together with the floor plan, they describe the building completely for builders, contractors, and regulatory approval bodies such as the local planning authority. An elevation is an orthographic view of the exterior of a building, looking straight at one face from the outside. A building typically has four elevations: the front elevation, the rear elevation, the left side elevation, and the right side elevation. The front elevation shows the main facade of the building, the face that contains the main entrance door. It shows the height of the building, the position and size of windows and doors, the roof slope, the external cladding or finish, the position of rainwater pipes and gutters, and any external features such as porches, balconies, or steps. The elevation does not show internal walls, furniture, or plumbing. An elevation is drawn to the same scale as the floor plan, typically 150 or 1:100. The floor level of each story is shown as a horizontal reference line. In a two-story building, the ground floor level or GFL, the first floor level FFL, and the roof plate level are all marked on the elevation with their heights above the datum, which is usually the finished ground level outside the building. In Nigeria, a common datum reference is 0.000 at the finished ground level. The plinth level, the level above ground at which the building wall starts, usually 150 mm to 450 mm above ground, is also marked. Doors and windows are the most important features shown in elevations. A window in elevation shows the frame, the panes of glass, shown as diagonal lines or left blank, and the sill. In Nigeria, the most common window types are the casement window, hinged at the sides and opening outwards, and the louve or jalousie window, with horizontal glass blades that can be tilted. The casement window in elevation shows the hinges as small rectangles on one side and the opening sash as a frame within the main frame, with a diagonal line indicating the opening direction. The louve window shows horizontal lines representing the glass blades across the frame. A sliding window shows two overlapping frames with an arrow indicating sliding direction. A fixed window shows a simple frame with no opening indication. Doors in elevation show the frame, the door leaf, the hinge position, and any glazing panels. The door height in Nigeria is typically 2,100 mm for internal doors and 2,100 mm to 2,400 mm for external doors. Window heights vary. The window sill is typically 1,000 mm above floor level, for safety and privacy, and the window head is typically 2,100 mm above floor level, giving a window height of 1,100 mm. A section is a view that results from cutting through a building with a vertical cutting plane and removing the near portion to reveal the internal construction. Sections are drawn to show the floor-to-floor heights, the thickness of floors and roofs, the position of beams and columns, the staircase construction, and the relationship between the inside and outside ground levels. The cutting plane for a section is shown on the floor plan as a line with arrows indicating the direction of view. The section is labeled with letters, Section AA, Section BB, matching the labels on the cutting plane line. A cross-section cuts completely through the building from front to back or from left to right. A longitudinal section cuts the building along its long axis. The section shows all cut surfaces, walls, floors, beams, roof structure, as solid filled outlines, in contrast to elements beyond the cutting plane that are not cut, which are shown as thinner lines or outlines only. In Nigeria, the typical construction section shows the strip foundation at the bottom, the foundation walls of concrete block, the damp-proof course, DPC, at the plinth level, the external walls and internal partition walls, the concrete oversight slab on the ground floor, the floor finish, the ceiling, the roof beams or trusses, the rafters, and the roof covering. The section also shows the floor-to-ceiling height, typically 2,700 mm for residential buildings in Nigeria, sometimes 3,000 mm in commercial buildings. The roof is a prominent feature in both elevations and sections. In Nigeria, the most common roof type for residential buildings is the pitched roof, sloping at between 25 and 45 degrees. The elevation shows the roof as a triangle or a hip shape rising above the walls. The section shows the roof structure, the wall plate sitting on top of the wall, the rafters sloping up from the wall plate to the ridge board at the apex, the ceiling joists spanning horizontally between opposite wall plates to resist the outward thrust of the rafters, and the roof covering, typically long-span aluminum roofing sheets or concrete roof tiles. The overhang or eave of the roof, where the rafters project beyond the wall face, is also shown in both elevation and section. The overhang serves an important functional purpose in Nigeria. It shades the wall and windows from the direct sun and deflects rainwater away from the wall face. Common overhang dimensions in Nigeria are 600 mm to 900 mm. The gutter and rainwater downpipe are shown on the elevation at the eave level. To summarize, an elevation is an orthographic external view of a building face showing heights, windows, doors, roof, and external finish. For elevations are drawn, front, rear, left side, right side. A section cuts vertically through the building to reveal internal construction, floor heights, wall thicknesses, foundation, DPC, roof structure, and ceiling height. Both are drawn at the same scale as the floor plan, typically 150 or 1:100, with heights referenced to the finished ground level datum. For WAEC, practice drawing a complete set of building drawings, floor plan plus front elevation plus section, for a simple 2-bedroom flat, from given dimensions. The floor plan, front elevation, and section together form the minimum drawing set for WAEC building drawing questions.